I want to wish you all a very, very happy Halloween. And I know it's not today yet, but I want to present with this look the full moon and the night of Halloween. So if you want to see how I created this forest in the night at Halloween, moonlight, or whatever you want to call it, you'll have to keep on watching as it's getting started right now.
Thank you very well. When you first started playing, I was in here. Let's do it first. They found it. I'm moving in, punching. So it's still up to that, but so now, let's go. We must get that nose in wherever else. I think that's it. They're gonna go now. Oh, okay, good. That's it.
Today I'm gonna try to bring you the full moon and my contribution, my honoring of the night of Halloween. So I really hope this is going to work. I have never used a sponge technique with paint before, so again, it's a first for me. And if this works, it's gonna be magical. So I really, really hope that I can pull it off. I've seen an example of it. I'm not gonna do exactly the same. I'm gonna do something similar, but with different detailing and not as a skull. I am not doing a skull look today. So I am going to honor Halloween itself and the full moon. Let's get started. First I'm gonna have to kill my sponge. This, by the way, is the sponge with which I've been washing off every painted makeup look this season. So this is my beloved shower sponge, but now it's gonna help me to create this look, if I can get a piece of it. Ooh, that's big enough. I only need a little piece. And I'm gonna have to create texture that is, yeah, spongy, but it's gonna have to be like clouds. Let's give it a go. That's all I can say. Let's try. The first color I need is a dark blue. I also need a light blue. I need white. Dark blue, light blue, white. And I am using actually kids paint for this, not my normal water activated paint, because I think if I would use that I would have to make it creamy, and to find the right consistency to dab with it, I don't think I can get that with water activated paint. With a green paint it's easy, but with water paint I don't know. Now I got another sponge here that I can pick out, because this is actually the way you should do it. Take a makeup sponge, pull off the corners and put in holes. I'm a bit afraid to start using a sponge because I've always kept it away from me as I was scared of it. So I'm dabbing this into the paint and I'm gonna try it on my hand. Oh, that's not that bad. Let's go. As the sponge has a hole in the middle and the edges aren't the same, I am only dabbing, but I'm turning it around to have different texture, otherwise you're going to create one same line and that's not the intention. As you see, I'm getting used to it. Now I'm gonna try with a piece of the real sponge with a lighter blue, and I'm putting it in the lid of every jar so that it's not too thick, but just thick enough to put my sponge in. Okay, second sponge. I know I'm gonna do this a lot more after this. Now the next step, with a flat brush, dipping on cloud texture. So with a flat rounded brush like this, dab on cloud-like shapes. That's enough of the blue. Now I'm gonna have to do the same with white, but I'm gonna take a clean brush for that. Dabbing really down with your brush gives a better result than patting it. Okay, so far so good. Now I've got to draw half a moon in the middle of the head, and I'm gonna try that with a silver pencil first. The edges of the clouds I will be doing again with white, but first of all, I'm gonna put my blouse a little bit down because I am sweating like a horse here. And I am going to start painting this cloud white. But I am going to use real makeup paint for that. So now my moon is drying. Not my moon, but the moon that I have on my face. I want to have a little bit of salmon color in it, but I don't have that in paint, so I would like to do that with powder. With a brush like this, a fluffy brush, I'm gonna try on the lowest edge, but always tab. This is a complete look that's being tabbed. You see how well that gets on the skin, but not on the paint. But that makes it great for tabbing just around those clouds, more to the inside of the face. I'm applying that on my eyes. Very undefined. And just here and there a shadow. That's it, more than enough. Now I'm gonna have to take a tiny little piece of sponge and I'm gonna dab grayish paint, not really black but grayish tone, because I want to make the surface of my moon almost like the real moon. Circular shapes mostly. That's that. Now I am going to use that tiny little sponge with black too, but not much, just a little, adding that in there to create dimension as much as possible. Because the real moon also does have that. I want to get a little bit of this red that I used underneath my moon. So I'm gonna take that blush again, but with a small brush. And I'm gonna dab that along the line so that it's like you have a red sunset, but sometimes the moon has got such a red fade underneath too. So now it's just dabbing the clouds over the moon so that it's only visible partial. And just peeking through actually. Now, I need to tap a tiny bit of white on my moon surface too. And then I'm gonna take a very thin brush and white paint to make sure the edge of the moon is really nice white and fading in. Now I'm going to use my flat brush again to dab on blue, white and light blue again on the upper side of the moon, so that it's giving that effect again of real clouds. And the higher, the darker they are. That's that. Now I'm gonna use blue eyeshadow and a small fluffy brush. I'm gonna start with a light blue. I am going to dab also. And I'm gonna do my eyes with the light blue on the outside. Deeper blue. I'm not doing my eyes the same because nature is never really the same. So I am just letting that red be wherever it wants to be. I'm not defining it in any way. The only thing I'm gonna do is make a wing. As you see, I'm making a big winged liner, also not very precise or even, and I've drawn a few little branches coming from my eyelids, but I'm not gonna overdo that because the most branches and trees are gonna come from the chin up. A few from the nose. And a few branches on the nose. Now what I'm gonna do is draw bats. Never drawn a bat in my life, but I'm gonna draw bats. I don't think my clouds are covering my moon enough. That I'm gonna correct first. So I'm gonna use a small brush and black eyeshadow if it wants to catch on to the paint. But this is water activated paint, so it will. Because the moon doesn't shine by itself, it gets reflected by sunlight. And if there are clouds in front of the moon is getting less of that sunlight, so it has a shade coming from under the clouds. That looks great. I hope it looks like a moon and clouds. So now I'm gonna try to draw on bats. So my first bat is gonna be here. I will continue doing this on both cheeks, so that, yeah, what you see is a landscape from a forest with bats and the moon. Sure hoping. looks like clouds and bats and the moon. I'm gonna use falsies with this, and I would like to paint the tips of the falsies white or silver. I love Halloween. Okay, come to paint them completely silver. So pretty. Now I'll have to let that dry before I can put on the lash glue, but I am going to use that same silver beneath my eyes. Putting glue on my lashes in the meantime. Now, I'm gonna paint my neck black. So, water activated paint. Put you a little bit lower so you can see what I'm doing with my neck. I'm feathering it out. I'm not really painting my complete neck. And now we're gonna start tabbing the same as on the face. So this is not really the sky, this is the darker side of the forest. So I'm not making it as cloudy as the top, but I am making it lighter. Otherwise you won't see the trees that I'm gonna paint on, just like I did on the face. I'm gonna let that get tacky for a moment now. I'm gonna get a very thin brush, like this one, and I'm gonna use black paint to do the trees on the chest, because they're bigger and I want to have them visible on this dark background. This just doesn't want to bend. It's a very, very stubborn lash. No idea if this looks like a forest. Hope so. There, that's that. Now what I'm gonna do is leave that lash alone, and I'm gonna take white paint with a very small brush and I'm gonna put highlights on the branches of my tree. my trees everywhere. Trying to keep in mind that the light is coming from this moon, so the shining of this moon is what's actually reflecting on the trees, so the light always has to come from that moon, so I am shading, highlighting in that direction. Gonna put on my blouse, gonna put on my wig, my lips. I'm almost forgetting my lips. I'm sorry. What I'm also gonna do is take the tip of this brush and go over the tips of the lashes. So that they're white. So, black lipstick. I was gonna put some mascara on my lower lashes too. I want to thank you all for watching again a tutorial with me. This time a bit of a face paint instead of a makeup tutorial, but yeah, I love doing it all, so why not? If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Give me some thumbs up, leave some nice comments down below, share my channel if you please. And for me, there's only one thing left to say, and that is, my love for makeup is spread all over to you, and I really hope to see you again soon in one of my coming, not only Halloween, but all kinds of videos. So for now, bye bye!